Hi everyone, today we're going to do the last of our trig graphs. We are going to graph tangent. All right, some things are different, some are the same. Let's take a look. This is what it looks like. These two red lines are your actual graph. There are three asymptotes, so that part's going to be different. We're going to find asymptotes. This is what the graph looks like if you continue it. Just like sine and cosine, it goes on forever. You just keep repeating it over and over again. But the actual graph for the time period in our functions is just two of these. All right, next formulas. The period is based on pi instead of 2 pi. Phase shift, exactly the same way we've been doing it. Vertical shift, same way we've been doing it. There's no asymptote because these lines continue up and down forever. But these are new formulas that we have to find for asymptotes. So for asymptotes, you take your phase shift minus half the period. That's your first asymptote. Take that answer, bring it down here, add on a full period. There's your second asymptote. Take that answer, bring it down here, add on a period. There's your third asymptote. So what's different? Period is pi, not 2 pi, and there are three phase shifts you have, three asymptotes you have to find. Okay, let's take a look at one. This one's already done, but I'll explain each of the answers. To find the period, it is pi divided by what's in front here. So it was pi divided by 2, period. Phase shift, change this sign, and it is this divided by this. So pi over 2 divided by 2, change to multiplication, flip it, negative pi over 4. Vertical shift, same as before, number at the end. So your first asymptote, it is your phase shift, negative pi over 4 minus half of the period. This is going to give you negative 2 pi over 4. You reduce it. There you go. You then take the first asymptote, bring it down to the second, add on a full period. There's your second asymptote. Take that answer to start with, add on a full period. There's your third asymptote. Right? These three asymptotes are your guidelines to help you draw your graph. All right, this one. To find the period, remember this time I said it's based on pi, so the period is pi divided by what's right here in front of x, 2. To find the phase shift, the same way you've been finding the phase shift. Change that sign so it's positive, and it is pi divided by this number here, so pi divided by 2. Vertical shift at the end, same place we've been finding it for all of our graphs. Now, first asymptote, you will take the phase shift, which is pi over 2, and we are going to subtract half the period. And the period is pi over 2. So we are going to have pi over 2 minus pi over 4. Going to need a common denominator over here, so this is going to become 4. That means we're going to have a 2 in front. So 2 minus 1, that's going to leave us with 1 pi over 4. That is not a very good pi, now is it? You'd think after all these videos, I'd be better at writing on the smartboard. Okay, that looks better. For your second asymptote, you start with this pi over 4, and then you add on a full period. So our period is pi over 2. Add those together. Well, we got 1/4 and 1/2. That's going to give us 3/4. So that's 3 pi over 4 for our second asymptote. And then for our third, you're going to take this answer here and add on another period. So you're going to have 3/4 plus 1/2, giving you a third asymptote of 5 pi over 4. Now, when you go to graph these, you are going to just draw dotted lines for each of those asymptotes. And then you draw in, as I call them, my little squiggly lines to make my tangent. So for this one here, I would start by putting in my X and my Y axis. Then I would draw dotted lines at each of these. So the first dotted line, get myself a dotted line here. Going to have a dotted line at pi over 4. Then I'm going to have a dotted line at 3 pi over 4. And a dotted line at 5 pi over 4. The vertical shift is at -1. So I've got to have a dotted line down here. And now I'm going to draw in those tangent lines. Well, I'm going to try. We'll see how we do on the smartboard here. I'd much rather be in the classroom drawing on the board. But you start here, and we're going to draw up, and we want to try to cross in the middle of this line. So we're going up this way. We're going to cross over and go up that way. And then you do the same thing here. You try to cross in the middle of that vertical asymptote line. And there are your tangent graphs. All right, so the new things here. Period is only based on pi, and we have 3 asymptotes. All right, just refer back to our formulas here whenever you're doing them. There are more examples in the smartboard that are done for you, and then there's some practice problems for you to do as well. All right, good luck with everything. Bye-bye.